Okay, so I'm trying something new. This is a 2015 Hyundai Sonata. And what happens is we can insert the key and it won't go past accessory. See, accessory. Won't go past there. No matter what. Okay. Now I can, of course, turn the wheel, move it back and forth, and still try to do this. And I can be doing that at the same time. Just can't right now because obviously I only have two hands and I'm using my phone. I've already tried shifting the gear lever. I push the little button right there to move it back and forth. If I have it in anything other than park, I can't remove the key from accessory. So I know that the interlock system works. Okay. So that's not the issue. So we're going to go on ahead and try. And by the way, you can actually see it does go to accessory. So it does know where it is. So this is an ignition issue. It's also kind of crunchy in there. And the key is not worn out, as we can see. I do wonder about this key though. Anyways, so got some dry lube and we're going to see if this is going to work. Okay. So one moment. Put a straw on it and just stick it way in there. And, move it up and down, because we want it to get into all the tumblers. And there are some electronics in here, but this shouldn't affect that at all. So anyways, I'm going to go on ahead and move this back and forth. I'm going to see if it turns. Working it back and forth. Okay, spray some more. And we want to get in all directions. We want to get it in there as deep as possible too. As much as possible. And then you want to keep working on it. It's more likely things are just a little gummy in there for whatever reason. Well, seems like in this case, this person is just going to need a new ignition. So, let's see if I can position my camera the way that I can leave it alone. As I work. Hey, there we go. Where did that go? Moving the steering wheel back and forth, hoping that maybe if there is something to do with the steering wheel locking or something, that maybe it'll let it go. But it does seem like that's just not going to work. So this key tumbler is going to have to come out. I'm going to flip the key around. Still nothing. And again, there is a little bit of a crunchiness to it. It's weird. Yep. Alright, so this ignition is just going to have to come out and go from there. Okay, so let's do this together. So I went ahead and took the ignition assembly out, and the way you do that, by the way, is you go on ahead and you move it to accessory, and then you'll see like this little pin right here. It's actually underneath the metal. I mean, inside the plastic right here, you'll see you'll see it protruding. Anyways, just stick something up in there, and you'll be able to pull this entire assembly out. So even with the assembly out, again, I'm gonna try to get this in a position. So even with the assembly out, we see it is not moving to past accessory. So definitely something wrong with this component. So we're going to go on ahead and take it apart and see if we can't fix the tumbler. I dropped my screwdriver between the seat. Okay, so there's a screwdriver right here. Okay, that takes away the security ring. Okay, I think I'm going to try to leave that there where it is. And we have these, we have the circlip right here. I believe that's actually what's holding in the tumbler in completion. Something in there is definitely not wanting to let go. I also want to see this this hook. Let's see here. One sec. I'll show you guys in just a minute. Just interested whether or not this hook is actually supposed to move. This is the hook I'm talking about, by the way. Eventually I may actually get like an actual formal setup or something, because this would be kind of cool, you know, to do. So nope, I really do have to take it completely apart. Let's try to get this clip off. I may need to go get me some snap ring pliers, which will be, you know, the correct tool to use here. But I'm gonna try to be a little lazy. But yeah, it does look like it's futile. Probably just gonna go get the snap ring tools. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go get the snap ring. Alright, so I'm gonna go on ahead and get these snap rings off. Snap ring. Again, forgive the camera angle and crap. Maybe someday, like I said, I will get equipment that will allow me to be hands-free or whatever. In the meantime, it's just a thought process. A lot of people in my world have been saying I should try to make some videos of some of the things that I find out, because I have a fairly unique way of getting information for some reason. So, kind of cool, I guess. Yeah, I might need to get some bigger snap ring pliers. These are just slipping out. Okay, got it. So now I should be able to take the key. Should be able to take the key, and we'll see about pulling this out. Of course not. There's still something else holding this in. What could it be? What could it be? I think it might be this. See a little button right here. Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. If it's successful for me, I'll show it. I just don't want to mislead information. Looks like I would need a pick for that. Oh, come on. Is that really it? Yeah, I think that really is it. Man, they really made this difficult. Okay, so I think this little rubber piece right here needs to come out or get pushed down, whichever the case. Oh man, where did I put the screwdriver? It went away again. Oh crap-o. Okay, let's put it in my pocket. Okay, so I turned it back to the accessory position. I'm trying to put pressure on it as I push down on this plastic thing. Kind of difficult to do, really. Really does seem like that is the way to go about it, though. Oh, why did they do this? Man, I would love to be able to get this replaced. Like if I just have to replace just the tumbler or something, you know, it'd be nice to be able to repin out the key so that the customer doesn't have to change the locks on all their doors. But it's really looking like that's the way to go about it. I'll deal with that later. There's like this odd component here. I just don't know what's necessary or not. This is so annoying, especially because I don't know what what all is necessary here, and this really sucks. As this is all getting into some sensitive stuff, it'd probably be best just to say everything just needs to be replaced. That's annoying. And then I have this mechanism here that just kind of exploded when taking this thing apart. It's a bummer. And I just dropped one of the pieces, so That's even more lovely. I'll go ahead and just come back to that later. I really think it has something to do with this metal rod, though. So it'd be nice if this metal rod would either come up or go down or get pulled away. Just something, but it doesn't seem like it really wants to move. It goes up and down. And that's about it. And there's a metal retainer inside of it. But that's not enough to make this work the way I need it to work. Oh, it'd be really nice if I can just get this stupid thing out. At the very least, I know I can start the car now for the most part. Yep, see, I can definitely start the car. Wonder if this is why they say this car can pretty much be easily stolen. Just remove the ignition, start the car. It's kind of annoying. Anyways, I'm going to toy with this, and I'm going to come back. Okay, so unfortunately this person needs a new tumbler. So if you look right here, I'm trying not to make these fall out again. This one is not coming back out. Now I can force it to come back out and it'll move, but the spring inside is bad, so it's damaged. You can also see damage on the casing right there. But we also have something else too. Let me go ahead and get the key in so that it'll hold everything into place. Okay, so key's holding everything in place now for the most part. If we look right here, this little plastic piece right there, you can clearly see it's broken. So yeah, this tumbler is just not in good shape. So no matter what I do, I'm not going to be able to get it to turn inside of the cylinder here. So if you're running into this problem, there's no fixing it. You just need to replace it. And that's unfortunate, because that means a new key. Now, of course, you can repin it, and get back your original key. But you have to go through a lot of work. That rubber piece was definitely holding it in, and then this rubber piece was holding in another piece. So you'll have to get a pick and pick these out. So that's it. Need new key ignition. So I decided to try one thing, because why not? Remember I said that that one cylinder was damaged, and you can actually see the spring, it's completely collapsed in there. I really don't want to mess with that, because again, you can see the damage on the metal. But I decided, you know what, why not? Let's just remove that lock pin and see what happens. And sure enough, I got that piece out, put it back in, and now I can rotate the key. Okay, and obviously I can take it out. I can't move the key. I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm trying to hold the thing. Okay, can't move the key. Put the key in, and it rotates. So, I guess removing that one lock pin is perfectly fine. And just so you know what the pin looks like, it's just like that. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put this back together while showing you guys. Because I wasn't able to show you taking it apart. So anyways, you have this. And now is probably a good time to put that circlet back on. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, again, keep this locker out. And let's try to see if I can manage this. I'm just working in such an odd area. So anyways, first things first, getting the circlip back on. Okay, there we go. Circlip's back on. Key is not going to come out, and as you can see, it's good and locked. So, next thing is the actual push button. Okay. Now, it has these teeth on it, okay, and they go into these slots. One of them has this rubber thing. So, again, we want that rubber thing out. I'm going to put this in and slide it down, and then reinstall that rubber thing. Come on. There we go. There. Well, that's locked in place. And just to show you, right now, as you can see, it is in lock. Put the key in. I can now turn it to accessory. On. And start. Oh, and I can't take it out. So there you go. Okay. Now, I'm going to come back to this big housing. And again, this rubber piece right here was keeping it from being removed. And of course, you'll have to press this tab down again once you get it to that point. So anyways, we're going to insert this. We're going to press down on that. And as we press down, we're going to apply pressure to move it inwards. Oh, wait a minute. This is where I will need the key and accessory. So keys in and then accessory. Now I can push this tab down, this button. And there you go. Now, if you didn't lose the rubber piece like I did, you would put the rubber piece back in there. Now I'll be able to find it. It's just on the floor somewhere. In the meantime, okay, let's see, where's that metal piece? It's a little stuck somewhere. Oh, wait a minute. I got this wrong. I gotta make sure this slider goes right there. So, yeah. Metal piece goes right there. Guess I'm gonna have to push it down a couple of times. There we go. Yeah. I'm going to start doing this. I need a better setup. Okay. So now, we have that in. Oh, you know what? I know what I'm doing. I actually have it backwards. Wonk, wonk, wonk. So it's actually that little hole for the thing right there. Make sure you have this right here, and this is where the bar is going to go through. Okay, again, press this down with the key in. Now, finally, I have the ignition assembly back together, aside from, of course, that. Now, I didn't know, because this is my first time, but I need to put this security pin back in here. And obviously, we'll need to put this rubber piece back in as well. Okay. It's awesome that this is actually working. Alright. So, now I gotta find the pieces to that security thing. So, that rubber piece looks like this. So you can see it's a square, so you just have to pry it out. Pop it back in. There you go. It's locked in. Well, like I said, I kind of damaged this, so I'm going to put this security pin back together. You shouldn't have to take this off. I just didn't know. Okay, now I got everything back together. Okay, and one final thing. As you can see, I still have that keyway out with the stuck thing. Now again, this should be replaced, but if you're poor or don't want to go through, reprogram the key or blah blah blah, because obviously that can lead up to a couple thousand or $1,000 depending on your mechanic, and a lot of headache, because all the doors will have to be rekeyed. Like I believe the trunk has a key and the driver's side has a key. So there you go. So now again, get the key. I can now move it. I'm going to go on ahead and put it in the accessory position, and I should be able to just align it with the keyway in there. Put it in. Okay, and now I plug up the security. And now we are in currently accessory. Take it out, put it in to accessory. That, and now let's try to start it. And we are started. So there you go. Sorry this took so long, but again, some people have been like, well, maybe you should walk people through your diagnosis. So that's it. More likely, if you have this issue, it's because of this keyway. Now, I do have to mention something. 'Cause if you go to take the keyway out, okay, and I'm going to try to edit a voiceover, if I can, on my phone, around the time that I take the keyway out. But be absolutely careful of those pins. Don't work in a car like me, okay? Go on a table, preferably something with a lip or something, so if any of those keyways fall out, they're easily found. But do know that these actually do go in a very particular spot. They go in a very specific spot depending on the bitting of your key. So please be aware of that, okay? If you don't put these back exactly where they go, then your key will not work, okay? You'll have a new bitting on that keyway, if you will, okay? So I just need to make sure that everyone knows that. The better thing to do would be to keep the key in, and I think you saw me, I was holding all those keys with my fingers. Please put your fingers over those keyways, okay? But don't put a lot of pressure, just enough to hold them in place as you remove the key to remove this one keyway, okay? If you don't do that, again, you may mess up your key. So just keep that in mind, okay? All right, that's all. Bye.